Hello and welcome to Rando 500, where I review a random game in 500 words. Give or take 10%. Let's go. b.o.b is a 1993 side-scrolling run-and-gun developed by Grey Matter Incorporated for the SNES. I have no idea what b.o.b stands for, but I do know he can't drive for shit. b.o.b crashes his dad's car en route to a hot date, and the whole game is basically you leaving the scene of an accident 3 times. b.o.b controls well, and the game makes great use of the SNES controller, with the shoulder buttons allowing for quick weapon switching, as well as one-button access to the fist! More on that later. b.o.b's jumps feel floaty, and crouching isn't as simple as it could be. Instead of a traditional crouch where you press and hold down, you go into crouch mode. This mode is useless as you can't jump, aim up, or use your support items. b.o.b has access to a varied arsenal, including the triple shot, rocket launcher, and wave gun. Weapons have limited ammo, including your starting gun. Once out of ammo, you'll have to rely on the fist, which, although weak, isn't Resident Evil knife levels of useless. You can satisfyingly lamp smaller enemies off screen, but for larger enemies, melee simply isn't an option. And that's everything good I have to say about b.o.b. Hot take alert. This game is awful. I hate it, and here's why. Despite the aforementioned floaty jumping mechanics, the game still decides to throw fall damage into the mix, the trigger for which is even lower than in b.u.b, which was set on Earth. I think. For a space-themed adventure, it's unnecessary, and one of the many ways in which the game's difficulty is inflated. Enemies are also a real pain in the dick. They'll either snipe you from just off screen or get all up in your shit, quickly draining b.o.b's life. The level designers had a fetish for long corridors filled with these crab bastards that glue themselves to you before you have the chance to fire off a shot. The game suffers from serious pacing issues that can only be attributed to developer laziness, low budget, or a mixture of both. Each world consists of 2 level types, each of which are recycled throughout, with lazy palette swaps in an attempt to keep things fresh. It took me well over an hour to complete the first world, and half an hour before I even encountered the first mini-boss. By now, you'll have heard the main theme of the game at least a dozen times, and you'll continue to hear this theme every other level for the rest of the game, including the credits sequence. Were they that lazy, or was this the composer's magnum opus? Another weird thing is that the music slows down when sound effects play. Most likely a naff sound driver. I could seriously go on for an hour about all the things wrong with this game, and it boils my piss whenever I see it get called a hidden gem. It's not a hidden gem, it's an obvious turd, and the only reason it doesn't get more flack is because it's so painfully average that it doesn't stand out from the awesome possums of the time. Take b.o.b and put him in the bin. 2 out of 10.